In the history of aviation, humans have pushed the boundaries of what's possible in the skies. Today, we're going to explore the titans of the air, the largest aircraft ever built. These mechanical marvels have not only revolutionized air travel, but have also played crucial roles in military operations and humanitarian missions. Let's count down the top 10 largest aircraft that have ever graced our skies. 10. Boeing 747-8. Our journey begins with an American icon that many of you might recognize. The Boeing 747-8, affectionately known as the Queen of the Skies, stretches an impressive 250 feet and 2 inches long, with a wingspan of 224 feet and 7 inches. That's about 2/3 the length of a football field. Standing at 63 feet and 6 inches tall, this gentle giant can carry up to 467 passengers. Born from the legacy of the original 747 program in the 1960s, this modern variant first took to the skies in 2011. The -8 represents the pinnacle of the 747 family's evolution, incorporating advanced technologies and materials that would have seemed like science fiction back when the first 747 rolled out of Boeing's Everett factory in Washington state. One of its most remarkable achievements, the 747-8 can carry 60,000 gallons of fuel, enough to fill about 4 backyard swimming pools. And here's something that might surprise you. The total internal cabin space is a whopping 6,500 square feet, roughly the size of 3 average American homes combined. The 747 has served as Air Force One, transported the space shuttle, and even helped fight forest fires. Sadly, as of January 2023, Boeing delivered its last 747 to Atlas Air, marking the end of an incredible 54-year production run. But don't worry, folks. Hundreds of these magnificent planes will continue flying our skies for years to come. 9. Airbus A380-800. Now, let's talk about the European challenger to Boeing's crown, the Airbus A380. This double-decker giant is truly a sight to behold, measuring 238 feet and 7 inches long, with a wingspan of 261 feet and 8 inches. To put that in perspective, its wings would hang over the sidelines if placed on an American football field. Development of this mammoth began in the early 1990s, with Airbus investing over $25 billion in the project. When it first took off in 2005, thousands of aviation enthusiasts watched in awe as this engineering marvel defied gravity. The A380's party piece? It can carry up to 853 passengers in a single-class configuration. That's like putting the entire population of a small town in the sky. Some airlines have installed luxury suites, bars, and even shower spas aboard these planes. Talk about traveling in style. While it may not have achieved the commercial success Airbus hoped for, the A380 has broken numerous records. In 2019, a British Airways A380 set a subsonic speed record between New York and London, making the journey in just 4 hours and 56 minutes, helped by a powerful jet stream. Although Airbus ended A380 production in 2021, these magnificent aircraft continue to serve with airlines like Emirates, who operate the world's largest A380 fleet. During the COVID-19 pandemic, several A380s were used to transport vital medical supplies, proving that even in retirement age, they could still serve crucial roles. 8. Antonov An-225 Ruslan. Moving east to Ukraine, we encounter the Antonov An-225 Ruslan, a true heavyweight champion of air cargo. This Soviet-era beast stretches 226 feet and 3 inches long, with a wingspan of 240 feet and 5 inches, larger than the Wright brothers' first flight distance. Developed in the 1980s, this massive freighter was designed to carry heavy military equipment, including tanks and industrial machinery. Its cargo hold is so large, you could fit 2 standard-sized school buses inside. The plane's unique nose opens up like a massive garage door, allowing cargo to be loaded from the front. One of its most impressive features is its ability to kneel down using its landing gear, making it easier to load cargo. Imagine a plane doing a curtsy. The An-225 can carry up to 330,000 pounds of cargo. That's equivalent to about 46 full-grown African elephants. During its operational history, the An-225 has performed numerous humanitarian missions. After Hurricane Katrina in 2005, these giants transported vital relief supplies to New Orleans. They've also carried power station equipment, satellite components, and even other aircraft fuselages. Today, despite challenges posed by the conflict in Ukraine, several An-124s continue to operate worldwide, providing vital heavy lift capabilities for both commercial and humanitarian missions. These planes remain irreplaceable for transporting oversized cargo that simply won't fit in other aircraft. 7. Lockheed C-5 Galaxy. Now, let's talk about America's own heavy lifter, the Lockheed C-5 Galaxy. When this behemoth was introduced in 1970, it was the largest aircraft in the world, measuring 247 feet and 1 inch long, with a wingspan of 222 feet and 9 inches. The Galaxy is truly astronomical in size. The C-5's development story is as American as apple pie. In the 1960s, the U.S. Air Force needed a plane that could carry any piece of combat equipment anywhere in the world. Lockheed rose to the challenge, creating an aircraft that could even transport 2 M1 Abrams tanks simultaneously. Like its Russian counterpart, the C-5 can kneel to load cargo, and both its nose and tail open up, allowing drive-through loading. Inside, the cargo hold is an enormous 121 feet long. That's longer than the Wright brothers' first flight. The Galaxy has been crucial in every major U.S. military operation since Vietnam. During Operation Desert Shield, C-5s flew nearly 9,000 missions, carrying 84,000 passengers and 335,000 tons of cargo. In peacetime, these giants have supported humanitarian missions worldwide, from earthquake relief in Haiti to tsunami recovery in Japan. Today's modernized C-5M Super Galaxy can carry up to 285,000 pounds of cargo. Thanks to modern engines and avionics, it can fly farther and more efficiently than ever. The U.S. Air Force plans to keep these workhorses flying well into the 2040s, proving that even at 50-plus years old, the Galaxy is still reaching for the stars. 6. Hughes H-4 Hercules. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you about one of the most fascinating aircraft in aviation history, the Hughes H-4 Hercules, better known as the Spruce Goose. Built during World War II by the eccentric billionaire Howard Hughes, this wooden wonder has a wingspan of 320 feet, longer than a football field. Despite its nickname, the H-4 was actually built mostly from birch, not spruce. Due to wartime metal restrictions, Hughes and his team had to get creative, developing new techniques for working with wood at an unprecedented scale. The aircraft stands 79 feet tall, about the height of an 8-story building. The Spruce Goose only flew once, on November 2, 1947, in Long Beach Harbor, California. With Howard Hughes himself at the controls, it lifted off for about a mile, reaching an altitude of 70 feet. Though brief, this flight proved that such a massive wooden aircraft could indeed fly. Today, this unique piece of American aviation history is preserved at the Evergreen Aviation and Space Museum in McMinnville, Oregon. While it may have never served its intended purpose of transporting troops across the Atlantic, the Spruce Goose remains a testament to American ingenuity and determination during wartime. 5. Airbus Beluga XL. Now here's an aircraft that looks like it flew straight out of a cartoon. The Airbus Beluga XL, with its distinctive whale-shaped fuselage, is one of the most unusual-looking aircraft ever built. But don't let its comical appearance fool you. This is a serious workhorse of the aviation industry. Measuring 207 feet long and 60 feet high, with a wingspan of 197 feet, the Beluga XL was specifically designed to transport aircraft parts between Airbus facilities. Its cargo hold can fit 2 A350 wings simultaneously. That's some serious carrying capacity. Developed in the 2010s as a replacement for the original Beluga, the XL features a cargo compartment that's 30% larger than its predecessor. The aircraft's distinctive bump, which gives it its whale-like appearance, can open up like a massive garage door, allowing cargo to be loaded from the top. Each Beluga XL can carry up to 115,000 pounds of cargo. While they're primarily used for transporting aircraft parts, these gentle giants have also helped with humanitarian missions, carrying medical supplies during the COVID-19 pandemic. As of 2023, 6 Beluga XLs are in service, maintaining the vital supply chain for Airbus aircraft production. These unique planes have become beloved symbols of aviation innovation, often drawing crowds of spectators wherever they land. 4. Antonov An-225 Mriya. Now we come to perhaps the most legendary aircraft on our list, the Antonov An-225 Mriya. With a wingspan of 290 feet and a length of 275 feet and 7 inches, this Ukrainian-built colossus held the record for being the largest and heaviest aircraft ever built. Originally designed to transport the Soviet space shuttle Buran, the An-225 was truly one of a kind. Only one was ever completed. Its capabilities were staggering. It could carry up to 559,000 pounds of cargo, equivalent to the weight of about 80 full-grown African elephants. The Mriya, whose name means dream in Ukrainian, broke 124 world records during its career. In 2009, it carried the heaviest single cargo item ever airlifted, a generator for a gas power plant weighing 417,000 pounds. That's like lifting a small ship into the sky. Tragically, in February 2022, the world's only An-225 was destroyed during the conflict in Ukraine. However, plans have been announced to potentially rebuild this aviation legend, keeping the dream of the world's largest aircraft alive for future generations. 3. Stratolaunch carrier aircraft. Speaking of dreams taking flight, let's talk about the Stratolaunch carrier aircraft, also known as ROC. This twin-fuselage marvel currently holds the record for the largest wingspan of any aircraft in history, an astounding 385 feet. That's longer than the length of an American football field and its end zones combined. Developed by Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen's company, this unique aircraft was designed to air-launch rockets into space. It's essentially two modified 747 aircraft joined together by a massive central wing. The plane stands 50 feet tall and is powered by 6 Boeing 747 engines. Since its first flight in 2019, the Stratolaunch has been conducting test flights in preparation for its role in space launch operations. While it hasn't yet carried any rockets to launch altitude, each test flight provides valuable data for this revolutionary approach to accessing space. As of 2024, the Stratolaunch continues its testing program in the Mojave Desert, carrying hypersonic test vehicles to high altitudes. It represents a bold new chapter in American aviation innovation, combining traditional aircraft design with space-age ambitions. 2. NASA Super Guppy. Here's another aircraft that looks like it belongs in a cartoon. The NASA Super Guppy, with its enormously bulbous fuselage, has been carrying oversized cargo for America's space program since the 1960s. While not the largest in terms of wingspan or length, its unique shape makes it one of the most distinctive aircraft ever built. Measuring 141 feet and 2 inches long, with a wingspan of 156 feet and 3 inches, the Super Guppy's claim to fame is its massive cargo compartment. The fuselage opens like a giant clamshell, revealing a cargo hold 25 feet tall and 25 feet wide. Originally built using parts from Boeing C-97 Stratofreighters, the Super Guppy played a crucial role in America's space program, transporting Saturn V rocket stages during the Apollo era. It later carried space shuttle components and continues to transport spacecraft parts for NASA today. The last remaining airworthy Super Guppy, operated by NASA, is still active in 2024, proving that even at over 50 years old, some aircraft are simply irreplaceable. It regularly transports components for NASA's Artemis program, helping to write the next chapter in American space exploration. 1. Airlander 10. And now, for something completely different. Our number one spot goes to the Airlander 10, the world's largest aircraft by volume. This hybrid air vehicle combines elements of traditional aircraft, airships, and helicopters to create something truly unique. At 302 feet long, nearly the length of a football field, the Airlander 10 looks like nothing else in the sky. Its helium-filled hull alone contains 1.34 million cubic feet of volume. But unlike the rigid airships of the past, this modern marvel uses advanced materials and sophisticated computer controls to stay safe in all weather conditions. Developed initially for the U.S. Army as a surveillance platform, the Airlander has since been reimagined for civilian use. It can stay airborne for up to 5 days with a crew aboard, or up to 2 weeks when operated remotely. The aircraft can carry up to 22,000 pounds of cargo, or 100 passengers. What makes the Airlander truly special is its environmental credentials. It uses about 10% of the fuel a traditional aircraft would use for the same journey. Future versions are planned to be all-electric, potentially revolutionizing sustainable air travel. As of 2024, development continues on commercial versions of the Airlander, with plans for luxury tourism and cargo transport variants. While it may not be the fastest or highest-flying aircraft on our list, the Airlander represents a bold new direction in aviation, proving that sometimes the future looks different than we expect.